To this video showing you how to prepare a focus sheet on our new COM system, the same place where you built your 90-day plan. So to start with, log in and go to your 90-day plan where we've got it down here, find your name and then double click. That will open up your plan and then pick the week that you're doing the focus sheet for. In this example, we're going to choose the 25th of August. So here we can see, sorry, that shouldn't be there. The sheet has automatically brought forward the actions that you put in for that week on your plan, and it's popped up this week. That's when you said you'd do it. That's where it is now. And the rest of it is blank. So before your coaching session, I simply want you to plan when you're going to do the actions on your sheet for this week. So in this example, I need to ask Jane to be my accountability buddy for a fictional Couch to 5K. I'm going to say that's going to take me 30 minutes by the time I've phoned her and had a chat. And I'm going to do that on Tuesday, or already used it, Tuesday evening. My must achieve business goal, I need to buy a new database. So that, I reckon it's going to take an hour, and I'm going to do that on Wednesday morning. My last one is booking out time to read for 30 minutes each evening. So actually I'm going to put that's going to take me 40 minutes if I take 10 minutes to book it out each evening and then actually do my first 30-minute read then. And I'm going to do that each evening after dinner. Okay, so I've now got real clarity about what I'm doing and when I'm going to do it and how long it's going to take. And you're going to come into your coaching session with this completed. The other piece you're going to complete is complete last week's sheet. So we're always working off two. So I'm going to just go back one to the prior week's. Oh, here it is reminding me to save. The saving is down here. I'm going to click that to save. Very pleased it reminds us to save. And now I'm going to go back to the prior week, which is the 18th of August. So this is now me. I'm preparing for my coaching session on the 25th, but I'm now looking back the prior week to see what I've done. So these were my actions, was actually to sign up for the Couch to 5K. Last week, I thought it would take me 10 minutes and I did that. I was planning to do that on Monday evening. I also wrote a note because as a result of the coaching session itself, I added a note here that actually I could call Jane and see, because I know she's done it before, if she recommends an app. So now I've updated it to say, actually, she gave me two to choose from. And if you want to put which one you chose, that's fine. I don't need all that detail necessarily. And you've done it. So this is now green. You can see how it started off grey. You click it once to go red, amber, green. So it's done. The action last week was to decide on a new target audience. I thought it would take me 2 hours and I was planning to do it on Wednesday morning. So that much was done at the beginning of last session. As a result of the session, I actually made a couple of notes during the session to actually make a note that I need to check that whichever group I choose, I can easily get a group of it on Sales Navigator aspect of LinkedIn so I can create some lists to then approach. So I picked that up in the coaching session because we talked about that. And then I've done a little update. Actually, I found it more challenging than I thought, but I have now made my choice. So I've recorded that in here. So you can see these comments boxes are comments that we might talk about ahead of time as you're preparing to do those actions, and then you can add to it in terms of how it went. And change it green, amber. So red, you haven't done it. Maybe amber is it's partially done. Green, it's finished. Then when you've updated your actions, update your reflections of the week. So these are the same boxes that were in our old paper system, where you update how you're feeling on your progress towards your quarterly business goals, the biggest achievement last week, because it might not have been something that was on your focus sheet, something different might have happened in the week that actually was a great achievement. What was a big challenge for you? What was the biggest challenge that you had in the week? Write that, describe that. And this is really, the next two are really important for me to see before the coaching session. What is your greatest focus when working on the business? Now, hopefully, if we've got the plan right, it is around your top three objectives. But it might be something's happened in the business that means you need to focus on something else. Maybe somebody resigns. Actually, now your top focus isn't around signing new clients. It's around backfilling that role before the person actually leaves. So you can add that in here, and I will be able to read that before the session, so I know already where you're going to be coming from. And that is supported by this box underneath. Really, the most important box of the whole sheet, I think, is my coach can help me over the following weeks by. So how can I help you? And this can really inform what we talk about in your coaching session. So fill that out, and then I want this whole sheet filled out 24 hours before the coaching session, because then I can look at this and I can be prepared for whatever you'd like to focus on ahead of our session, so we really make the best use of your time. Also, just reflect on your personal KPIs. How many hours have you worked? How many hours of those were on the business? And how's the work-life balance? Either put a ratio or just, you can use a words in this section. These boxes you can then star according to how you're feeling, on your motivation level, how your level of education and learning, and the value you're getting from coaching. And I always look at these to see, have we got it right? Do I need to alter or change something to make sure you're getting maximum value? And any other notes you want to put in, you can just add in this box here and press save. So that sheet for the prior week needs to be completely, this one here we've just been looking at, completely filled out ahead of your next coaching session, 24 hours ahead. The sheet for that week, just work out when you're going to plan to do it, and then we can have this open and you can add your comments in the coaching session as you need, any notes about what we're doing, any other notes. This you leave until the end of the week. So hopefully that explains to you how to use this focus sheet system so that we get maximum value and focus in our coaching session as well.